brush up on your English vocab and grammar. Okay, Jia says number 4. Right, question number 1, mystifying. Okay, so before we continue, right, is there any other answers for this question over here? Right, question number 1 for vocabulary practice. Is there anyone else with a different answer, or does everyone agree with Jia as well? Right. Okay, question 1. So, right, let's start off by going through the options. Right, so striking. Okay, so what does striking mean? Okay, hold on, refreshing. Okay, so striking actually means that it's very obvious, right? So for something to be striking, it means that, oh, it actually struck your attention, right? Attention grabbing. Okay, so that bag in the aisle over there was very striking because of its hot pink color. Okay, Biggie Bix says that the answer is number 3. Okay, so now we have 2 variations of the answer for question number 1. Okay, so for question number 1, the answer is correct, right? Number 3 is actually correct for Biggie Bix. Okay, appalling. So the bully's behavior was stunning. So for stunning, what does stunning mean? Okay, what does stunning mean? Pretty, yes. Okay, so stunning actually have different meanings, right? So usually it's more of being extremely attractive. However, for stunning to be in a different way, different meaning, it means to be more, let's say, amazed or just stunned, right? Semi-unconscious. Stunned like vegetable. Okay, wow, interesting. Yes, so sometimes you would say that, oh, this thing makes me very stunned. Like, what is this person doing? Makes me very stunned, right? Because it's too shocking. However, you say this person is stunning, it means that extremely beautiful, right? So there's 2 meanings to it, right? Extremely attractive or, right, shocking. Okay, so appalling, right? Appalling wise. What does appalling mean? Right? What does appalling mean? Okay, appalling actually means shocking or horrifying. Okay, horrifying. So therefore, the answer for this case, the bully's behavior was horrifying because he beat up the timid boy, right? However, what about mystifying, right? Mystifying actually sounds similar to a word that we all know. Okay, however, it is not mysterious, right? Mystifying actually means to be very, let's say, bewildering or confusing, right? Confusing. Okay, mystifying actually means to be confusing. Bewildering, yes, Yolanda, that's right. Okay, so therefore the answer is number 3. Okay, question 22. Jenny frowned in blank when Dan could not understand what she was trying to tell him. Okay, frowned in blank. Okay, Jenny frowned in blank when Dan could not understand what she was trying to tell him. Exasperation, bracket frustration. Wow, Yolanda gives the answer along with the meaning as well. Right, so Biggie Bix says that it's number 3. How about the rest? Right, and Yolanda also says that it's exasperation. Yes, okay, exasperation actually means to be very irritated and frustrated, right? Okay, irritated and frustrated. Okay, so the correct answer is actually number 3, right? How about exaltation, right? What does exaltation mean? Okay, has anyone heard of this word before, right? Okay, to actually be very pressurizing, to be very, is this primary school standard? Yes. Okay. Hello, hello, interesting profile emoji with nice eyelashes, right? How do you actually create the emoji? But yes, okay, this is primary school standard. This is for PSLE students, right? So this is PSLE vocabulary, even though it may be a little bit difficult, right? But this is what you can expect to see in many top school prelim papers as well. Okay, so for exhortation, what does exhortation mean then? Right? Exhortation actually means to be persuading. Okay, persuasion. Okay, persuasion. So exhilaration, right? Exhilarating, right? Most of us has actually used this in our composition before if you are a writers at work student, right? So exhilarating, what is exhilarating, right? It means to be very happy or thrilled. Okay, to be extremely happy or thrilled. Okay, exaggeration, this is a commonly used word, right? To exaggerate something, right? So what does it mean to be exaggerating? Okay, so this means to be actually, um, let's say, expressed in a way that is more, is bigger than you expect, right? It's more exaggerated. Okay, so expressed in a more unrealistic way. Okay, probably some of you may not know how to use exaggeration. However, let me just give you an example. So let's say that, oh, this person is exaggerating how difficult the exam is. So he said that the exam was so difficult, it is even harder than climbing Mount Everest, right? So that's how you, yeah, it's like being dramatic. Yes, Yolanda, that's the word I was looking for, right? Being dramatic, so dramatic that it makes it hard to believe your words. Like, let's say, oh, that guy is as tall as a giraffe, right? He definitely can't be as tall as a giraffe, but it's just exaggerating how tall he is, right? To compare it with a giraffe. Okay, so that is how it is to use exaggeration. Okay, so it'll be good for you to give some examples if you're unsure of how to use exaggeration as well. I can actually help you take a look at it in the comments below. Okay, so let's go on to question 23. Right, so the hikers were lost and hungry. They faced a blank when they had to choose between staying put and continuing to hike. Okay, just as I said about hiking Mount Everest. Hello, Moonlight and Biggie Bigs. Yes. Okay, so the answer is they faced a dilemma. Yes, okay, dilemma. So what is a dilemma? Right? It's like you're contemplating between two choices and it's a very hard decision to make, right? It's like choosing between chocolate sundae and strawberry sundae, right? So April says yes, dilemma or quandary. Okay, so how do we explain dilemma in more layman terms? Right, so dilemma means that when there's a difficult choice to be made between two very, let's say, two choices that you have to make, and you are really unsure because both sides actually have um almost the same things that you want, right? Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yes, should I go to work today or not go to work today? Wow, TW Shady, that is the best dilemma question you can actually deliver, right? I actually give that to you. Okay, so that's the dilemma you face, right? Should I actually, when I wake up in the morning, should I go back to sleep or should I just get out of the bed, especially in such nice weather, right? That's some common dilemmas we face as a person. Okay, should I eat rice or should I eat noodles today? Right, so these are some common dilemmas that you're actually making. Okay, so yes, right. I believe for the rest of the options, most of us know the definition. So just sound out if you're unsure of it. Okay, it definitely isn't a condition. A condition is something when they give you a condition, then you have to fulfill it, right? Okay, consequence means that it's more of a negative thing, right? They cannot face the consequence when you're choosing something. Only when you do something that isn't right or like it makes you regret. That's why you face a consequence. Okay, consideration. Yes, they are considering between the two options, but this is not a consideration, it's a dilemma. Okay, so question 24. The pampered princess lives so blank that she squandered away all her family's wealth. Right? Lived so something. So, pampered princess, right? Princess, we know that this, all the family's wealth, all the money, basically meaning all the money. Okay, let me put some dollar signs. Okay, all the money. So, extravagantly or lavishly. Wow. Yolanda even give an extra option for this vocabulary. Yes, so the correct answer is extravagantly, right? Means to be excessively, let's say, extravagant. Yes, so some of us like to see like some TikTok influencers. They actually live really extravagantly, that they are actually spending tons and tons of money on maybe designer goods or something, right? So it's like unlimited cash, right? So therefore, because she's a princess, right, she used all the family's wealth, therefore she can spend it like this. Okay, abundantly also have similar meaning. However, for it to be abundant, it means to be unlimited, right? So overly excessive. Okay, so for this case, it is number 4. And for question 25, everyone applauded when the last runner blanked across the finishing line despite the excruciating pain from a fall. Okay, across the finishing line. Last runner, right? Last person in the race already, definitely very tired. Okay, so everyone, he staggered across the finishing line. Yes. Okay, he staggered across the finishing line. That's correct. Okay, staggered. So if there's no other questions, right, can move on to the next part. Okay, so over here, I am Dr. Bertoni, a researcher from the Department of Zoology and Endangered Species. After several months of futile attempts, I finally succeeded in capturing a riverine rabbit, which was thought to be extinct. Far from looking for the rabbit, I had other worries and was walking down a narrow pavement, feeling a bit downcast. Just then, I spotted the riverine rabbit. Stealthily, I advanced, fearing at each moment that it would take flight. It is one of the fastest animals in creation. Animals, yes. The riverine rabbit turned and looked at me. Contrary to what I expected, it did not flee but kept still, with the sole exception of the silver tuft of feathers that shook as if to challenge me. When I got close, I took off my shirt and in one swift move, I had it over the rabbit. With the rabbit, I wrapped it up, beaming in pride. Okay, so he managed to capture it. Right, so this short story, we have to look for the synonyms of the bolded and underlined words. Right, so I see some of you have given the answer to question 26. So yes, question 26, futile attempts. Yes, tries. Right, to attempt something is to try something. So you can attempt the question now, try doing the question now. Okay, so for the next part over here, question 27. Okay, feeling a bit downcast. Okay, let me just write down the word over here, downcast. So you can just refer to it. Okay, downcast. Feeling a bit downcast. Right, dejected. Yes. Okay, feeling a bit dejected. So it's quite sad, right? Downcast. Okay, it's not disgraced, disoriented, or disadvantaged. Okay. So, wow, Yolanda actually memorized the meanings of the bolded lines already. Yes, so for question 28, stealthily, right? Okay. Stealthily. Oops. Okay, question 28. What is the answer over here? Question 28. Yes. Okay, as most of you have actually given your answer, cautiously is correct. Very good, Moonlight Yolanda. Right, cautiously. Okay, stealthily. Okay, so the next question is question 29, right? Feathers that shook as if to challenge me. Okay, challenge. okay, to challenge me. So for this case, the answer is slightly vague, right? Because all the options over here are quite, like, all the options over here are a little similar to the meanings that we are looking at. However, the answer you are correct, Yolanda. Contest is actually correct. Okay, so challenging each other, right? Being in a contest. Okay, I believe that is what the paper is asking for, right? So I believe that contest would be a more suitable answer. Okay, yes, moonlight. Okay, number 3 would be the most appropriate one for this case. Okay, so question 30. Question 30. I took off my shirt and in one swift move. Okay, move. Right, in one swift move. Okay, question 30 is slightly trickier as well because one swift move. Right. So what is the answer for question 30? Okay, so Moonlight's answer is also swoop. Yolanda is also swoop as well. Yes, okay, one swift move. The correct answer is number 4. Okay, swoop. Yes. Okay, hi XNGZ. Okay, now we are back to grammar. Okay, now we are back to grammar. Okay, so over here, Mr. Johnson saw Melvin blank an injured boy cross the road 2 days ago. Okay, so as usual, what is this question? This is related to the 5 senses, so we find our best friend over here. Okay, so yes, verb, noun, verb. Okay, Moonlight says 3. So is it 1, 4? Okay, I see a lot of different answers. 2 days ago not counted. Moonlight. Okay, so 2 days ago, however, because of the word saw, the word after that will come in base form, right? So 2 days ago is actually a trick, I would say, right? It's to distract the students to actually put it in the past tense. But since we identify that this is 5 senses, right? Therefore, we have to look at base form. Yes, okay, help. Okay, so base form, it means no S, no ED, no ING, right? Just take note that for every word for base form, it's like no past tense, no continuous, no plural form, right? Okay, so moving on to question number 2, right? My sisters and I blanked this trip to Japan to visit our grandparents since last month. Okay, so since last month, right? Since last month, right? For question number 2, this is okay. Question 2, my sisters and I. So it's continuous. Okay, since last month. Okay, and this is plural. Therefore, we have a very straightforward answer, which is number 4, right? Have been planning. Okay, have been planning. Yes, so question number 3. I had much respect blank Jana because he was a strong competitor who showed good sportsmanship. Okay, respect blank something. Right, so usually the word that comes after respect usually is respect for someone. Right, we have a respect for this person over here. I really respect this figure. Okay, so 4. Correct, the answer is number 2. Question number 4. Either Ali or his sisters blank decorating the house. They will be hosting a party later. Yes, so over here we ignore Ali, we only look at the second subject. Okay, second subject. So it's sisters hosting a party later, present tense, right? Because it's present tense and it's plural form. Therefore, our answer is number 2. Yes, Moonlight. Okay, the answer is number 2. Okay, are decorating the house. Options 3 and 4 are weird. Yeah, I believe this is supposed to be was or were. Okay, I'm not sure why option 3 and 4 is over and around. Either Ali or his sisters over decorating the house. It doesn't even make sense at all, right? Okay, so yes, question number 5, right? All the girls went to the park. Blank day. Okay, so all the girls went. This is positive. Therefore, we are looking at the negative part. Okay, so in this case, we can eliminate 1 and 2 because they are the positive form, right? And 3 and 4, so what will the answer be? Didn't they? Yes. Okay, went. Okay, went means that all the girls did go to the park, right? Because go is the past tense, went is the past tense of go. Therefore, we do not have to spell it out in 2 separate words. Okay, they did go to the park, didn't they? Okay, question 6. You are blank my way. Please move aside so that we can get past. Okay, you are blank my way. This is a very commonly used word, right? So being an obstruction, right, means that you are in someone's way. Okay, so the answer is number 1. Okay, moving on to question 7. Mrs. Tan, as well as her pupils, blank performing a dance at the upcoming graduation concert. Okay, so as well as her pupils, cancel, because I see the 2 comma, right? So it's only Mrs. Tan. Okay, we only look at Mrs. Tan over here. She's the star of the question. Okay, so for question number 7, what would the answer be? Upcoming, right? Upcoming. Okay, upcoming graduation concert. Okay, so this means it's present tense and it's Mrs. Tan. So it's number 1. Okay, is performing a dance. Okay, is performing a dance. Why cancel? Okay, Poppy one trick. Okay, so if you see over here, right, as well as her pupils, this whole chunk over here is actually called additional information. It means to be a distractor. Okay, we call it a distractor. Okay, so therefore when there's this distractor over here, they are covered in by these 2 commas, right? You really have to take note of the 2 commas in between the words over here. So they are actually called the additional information that we do not regard as. So this blank will actually only refer to Mrs. Tan. Okay? Mrs. Tan. So therefore the answer is number 1. Okay, number 1. Okay, if there's no problem, let's move on to question 8. Right. Blank, the wedding ceremony is about to start. Most of the guests have not arrived yet. Okay, so this is a typo. It should be ESTS, I think. Right, because the guests, right, plural form. So blank, the wedding ceremony is about to start, right? So even though it's about to start, however, there are still many people who have not arrived. Therefore, the answer is number 4. That's correct. Key or though. Key or though. Question 9. Do you know that the lady blank you spoke to at the lobby is the principal of the school? Right? Question 9. This case we see lady and you. This is a very, very obvious rule that we see, right? Okay, we see this. Yes, okay, whom? Okay, whom? So the lady whom you spoke to, right? So 2 nouns and whom. Okay, Lily and Sheila invited blank friend Andrew to join them at the library. Okay, Lily and Sheila. So they are together. Right, for question number 10, what is the answer? Okay, their friend. Yes, their friend. Okay, it's not just one of them, but it's together, right? Lily and Sheila. Okay, so now we go on to grammar clues. Plural possessive pronoun. Yes. Okay, so it's referring to the both of them. Okay, so now let's just take some time to do grammar clues together. Right, so I'll start by reading the passage. Okay, cats meow, sheep bleat, and frogs croak. Blank some animals are known for the sounds they make. Others seem to be silent. Okay, so very obvious, right? Some are known for it, some are silent, right? So we see a slight contrast. Yes, the answer is P. Okay, has anyone ever heard a peep blank a pet turtle? Right, so the word over here actually, yes, from a pet turtle is correct, right? It comes from the turtle, right? The sound that originates from the turtle, so it's from the turtle. Recently, a new research found that 53 species of animals thought blank be non-verbal actually make sounds. Okay, they were thought blank be non-verbal, means not making sounds, right? Non-verbal, no sounds. Okay, so thought to be non-verbal. Yes, okay, thought to be non-verbal. Thought to be non-verbal. The study suggested that blank animals use vocalizations to communicate. Okay, animals. Right, animals. These animals, yes. Okay, so show that these animals use vocalizations to communicate. Every single species we recorded makes sounds, researcher George Rich Cohen shared. During the study in the Amazon, he heard vocalizations from blank. Okay, from blank. Okay, from them, yes, from the animals, right? So it's referring to the animals. So it's from them. Each animal was recorded with advanced equipment, blank at least 24 hours. Okay, blank at least 24 hours. Yes, for at least 24 hours, right? Okay, next, the animal's ability to vocalize might be linked to blank common ancestor from 407 million years ago. Okay, linked to blank common ancestor. Okay, linked to blank common ancestor. Right, so for this case, we are referring to the common ancestor. So it's one of them only, right? So it's a common ancestor. Yes, okay, because this doesn't start with a vowel, therefore the answer is A instead of B, right? A common ancestor. Right, if there's an option that says there, right, PHEIR there, okay, that will mean that it's possible to be that answer instead of A, right? But because it's not, therefore they didn't put it in the options above. Okay, the researchers on the team think it might have been an ancient fish, one that lived blank a time when the ocean covered more of Earth than they do today. Okay, that lived blank a time. Okay, a time, the period of time. Right, so lived at a time or lived during a time when the ocean covered. Okay, so is it at the time or during the time? Okay, we are looking at the time period, right? So the fish probably lived for like 20 years. Okay, let's say it's like 30 or 100 years, right? So it's during that period of 100 years. Okay, so during a time. To arrive at this conclusion, scientists combine the data blank research done by others in the past. Okay, combining the data blank research. Okay, they combine the data with the research. Yes, okay, with, right, with the research. Okay, so more information is needed to test blank conclusion. Okay, more information is needed to test blank conclusion. This conclusion, yes. Okay, so more information is needed to test this conclusion. That's correct. Oh, cannot see. I apologize. Let me zoom it in a little more. Okay, so the answer is actually this. Right. So very good. That is all for this grammar close practice. Right, I'll leave this here for a short moment for you to look through all the answers. Okay. Before we move on to our next practice, which is vocabulary. Once again. Okay, so yes. So for those of you who are here for a revision of your MCQ and your grammar vocabulary, just feel free to join in and answer together, right? Since all of us are here. Okay, so yes, are we ready? Let's go on to the next part, right? Vocabulary, MCQ, and vocabulary close. Okay, so John and Wei Ming are no longer arguing as they have decided to blank and become friends again. Right, as they have decided to blank and become friends again. Okay, so Yolanda says that it's number 3. Moonlight also agrees that it's number 3. Okay, bury the hatchet. Okay, yes. Okay, so this is actually referring to idioms. Right, so to bury the hatchet, it means to put things in the past, right? To bury it so that we just forget about it. Yes, let bygones be bygones. Right. So buying some time, we know that is to stall time, right? To stall someone, right? Let's buy some time before the surprise gets ruined. Okay, then facing the music is to get scolded. Okay, even though it sounds nice to actually listen to some music, but that's not really the literal meaning we are looking at, right? So it actually means to get scolded. And for reading between the lines, right? What does reading between the line means? So you actually need to, usually we see people saying like, oh, read between the lines. So what does read between the lines mean? Right, it's actually, there's a hidden meaning. Infer, yes. Okay, infer a hidden meaning. Okay, so read between the lines. I think mother is angry, right? So there are like things like this that is not told. Okay, question 22. As Lena was busy with work, she had to blank the time she spent on her hobbies. Okay, she had to blank the time she spent on her hobbies. Okay, busy with work, so lesser time to spend on our hobbies, right? So therefore the answer is number 3, cut back the time. Yes. Wow, Admin Royston trying out the questions as well. Yes. Okay, so the answer is actually number 3. Yay. Yes, congratulations. Right, cutting back. So this is actually what we call phrasal verbs. Right, phrasal verbs are these phrases with different vocabulary meanings implied in it. So cut in, cut up, cut back, cut away, right? They have several different meanings. Hello, Admin Royston, are you going to sing for us today? Oh, did he promise all of you that he will sing today? That will be actually quite entertaining. Right. Maybe I can invite him over here to give a short singing session. Okay, Admin Royston is not replying at the moment. Right, let's go on to question 23. Right, harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun can easily damage the baby's blank skin. Oh, he actually promised that he would sing today. Wow. I would actually want to watch it as well. Right. Moonlight says number 4. Okay, delicate. Right, the baby's delicate skin. Right. So, yes, so for question number 23, the answer is correct. Right, so what is wary? Okay, what is wary? Okay, what does wary mean? Okay, so weary actually means to be extremely tired. very tired. Okay, very actually means be very tired. That was for Mariah Carey. It's not her birthday yet. Oh, so you were planning to sing a birthday song for Mariah. I see. Interesting, interesting. So is it Emin Royston plans to sing for everyone on everyone's individual birthdays? Okay. So yes, right, dainty. Actually, what does dainty mean? Some people like dainty things, right? So usually when we refer to dainty, it means to be very small and pretty. Okay, small and pretty. So dainty jewelry, right? Some girls really love to wear dainty jewelry. Yes, moonlight, you have the exact same definition as what I wrote down. Small and pretty, quaint. Okay, wow, Yolanda always likes to give a very interesting vocabulary word for all of us to add on to our vocab list, right? However, dainty actually is a little different from quaint, right? Quaint actually would mean to be quite attractively, how to say, like more vintage styles, you know? Like when we say that, oh, we're looking at more vintage cottage houses, that's when we say they are like quaint. Okay, so yes, it does means like similar. Chim words, yes, moonlight. Okay, but it's good, right? Yolanda is expanding our vocabulary. Okay, so feeble, what does feeble mean? We like to describe feeble people, right? Feeble actually can be usually linked to elderly or maybe ill people. Okay, so weak, yes, okay, feeble, weak. Okay, so the feeble old lady was struggling to carry all her groceries. Okay, so it means to be very weak physical strength because no physical strength because maybe very old or very sick, right? So the feeble little boy at the hospital, right? Frail, yes. Joe, are you good with music? Um, it depends if you are referring to a musical instrument or my singing because I definitely cannot sing, right? I definitely is not a singer. Unlike Teacher Mitsuko. Teacher Mitsuko is a great singer, right? OMG, I might have to sing today. Whoa, Admin Royston suddenly needs a cameo. He needs a cameo in this live session, right? Okay, out of nowhere. Question 24. The school has blank plans to build a new library near the courtyard. Okay, has blank plans to build a new library. Okay, unveiled, untangled, unearthed, uncombed. Okay, so all of these words start with un, right? Unbelievable, right? Have you heard of that song? I suddenly thought of that song. Right, so unveiling something, right? Unveiling something actually means to just reveal it, right? Reveal it. So in this case, the school showing us the plans to build a new library, right? That makes some of the students happy, right? That is correct. Okay, to reveal something. So why is it called unveil, right? So if you know what is a veil, right, you would know that, oh, usually some like artworks, they put a red veil over it to cover it. Then they'll unveil the artworks. Oh yes, the bride also wears a veil, right? So you see those brides, they have this like mesh cloth covered over their head and their face, right? Then the groom has to unveil it, right? Reveal the bride's face. Okay, so later, Royston, will you teach or is it teacher Mitsuko? Oh, actually later on it will be teacher Yao Wei and teacher Jia. Yes. Okay, so after my life, it will be teacher Yao Wei's life and then it will be teacher Jia's life. Okay, so you can stay tuned. Right. So untangling something, it definitely means to be just trying to straighten things out, right? Especially your hair, right? Untangling your hair is the most painful process ever. Okay, so I would just say straightening. Okay, so unearthing something means to be uproot. Okay, unearth. Okay, because when we are referring to this, it means to actually excavate something, right? By digging. Okay, so I unearthed the tree. Discover. Uncombed. Uncombed. Okay, so uncombed. We know what a comb is. However, what does uncombed mean? It means just to describe someone's hair that is not combed, right? Uncombed hair. Okay, let me draw a messy hair. Okay, not combed. Okay, so this is the literal meanings of some of the words over here. Right, I'll leave this here for a short while. Yes, let's go on to question 25. I blank remember that Hannah was not in school last week, but I am not certain. This is the biggest clue in this question over here. Right, not certain. So question 25, what is the answer? Okay. I vaguely remember. Yes. Okay, so for this case, vaguely. Right, in Singaporean slang, some of you may say aga, right? Aga, I remember this, right? But that's very Singaporean, right? So in layman terms, when we are writing a composition, you please do not spell it out like in the Singlish form, right? We say vaguely, roughly remember, vaguely remember, right? So you are unsure of it, but it somehow is in your memory, right? It's like if you vaguely remember if you locked the doors or if you brought your keys out, right? So you are quite uncertain, but I kind of remember it, right? So yes, that means vaguely. So formally, distinctly, raucously. Aga is vaguely. Yes, correct. Okay. So what is option number 4? Okay, raucously. Raucously. Okay, so this actually means to be very noisy. Let me just write it down. Noisily, yes, Yolanda. It actually means to be noisily. Agak is vaguely. Agar is jelly. Yes, correct, Moonlight. Okay, if you like to eat agar, it's actually a type of jelly that is quite commonly seen. I'm not sure if some of you actually tried agar, but yes, it's quite delicious. Right, I'll find myself enjoying agar. But agar is vaguely, yes. Okay, learning some new Singlish terms as well. Right. So let's go on to finding our favorite synonyms. Oh, this passage is actually quite short. Okay, so with one flick of my tongue, I was for all anybody knew, 23rd in line for the throne of Monaco. The words slipped my teeth with ease. Really, the girls on the swings beside me would ask, white eyes blinking with a childlike naivety. They believed everything I said. I nodded as they whispered under their breath how incredible my tale was. It was amazing that they bought into it without a second thought. I had made up the story purely for the pleasure of it. Lying was addictive. I felt invincible. Little did I know I would be soon found out. Okay, so Moonlight says it's effortlessly as well as Yolanda. Alright, question 26, that is correct. Okay, effortlessly with ease, right? Means without effort, right? Too easy. Okay, do you like to eat agar? Yes, I do. Right. Okay, so that is correct. Moving on to question 27. Okay, the girls on the swings beside me would ask, white eyes blinking with a childlike naivety. Okay, so childlike naivety. So means we are describing children for question 27. So they are innocent, yes. Okay, so there's some saying that goes like children are like a blank piece of paper, right? It's like how some drawings get added onto that blank piece of paper that shapes how they are, right, into a unique artwork. So everyone grew from a blank piece of paper to who they are, right? So the innocence is very pure and white. Okay, so moving on to question 28. Okay, under the breath, how incredible my tale was. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, I used to enjoy the show, right? Incredibles. The superhuman family. I'm not sure if any of you actually watch it before because it's quite old, right? But I don't think it's that old, right? Okay, but yes, question 28. What is your answer? Unbelievable. I watched. Oh, Moonlight, yes. Okay, I'm glad that I found someone who actually watched it as well. Right? Because maybe some of the primary school students not these days actually don't know all of these. Okay, so next question. Without a second thought, right? Consideration. Yolanda actually remembers the whole passage. Right, question 29. Yes, consideration. Hello, fish and chips. Okay, hello, mimosa. Alright, Moonlight says number 4 as well. Yes, that's correct. So now question 30. Purely for the pleasure of it. Yes, okay. So let me just write it down. Pleasure. Okay, it's my pleasure to be of help. Right. Okay, so pleasure. Joy. Okay, one. Joy. Yes, okay, so that is correct. Okay, purely for the happiness, for the joy. Yolanda so fast. Yes, Yolanda actually is speed running all the questions. Last year had a movie, Incredibles 4. Really? Wow, I think I've been like out of touch with all of these. I didn't even know that there was a movie that came out last year. Interesting. And it's the 4th movie already. I remember watching the first one. Okay, let's go on to question 1 for the next grammar practice. Yolanda is a fast typer. I agree. Yolanda actually memorized all the bolded and underlined words that he or she don't need to refer back to the passage to answer the question. Right, that's an amazing feat. Okay, so question 1, the display of the fireworks blank so spectacular that it left many spectators in awe. Okay, so for this question, right, display of the fireworks, this is the main point. This is the collective noun. Okay, so fireworks is grouped under the display, so we ignore the fireworks, right? Left many spectators, this means that it already happened. The fireworks had already happened. So question number 1 will be, okay, question number 1 will be number 3. Very good. Was so spectacular. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, fish and chips, that's correct. Okay, question 2. Despite having blank excellent reviews on the internet, the famous restaurant failed to live up to Jack's high expectations. Okay, despite having blank excellent reviews on the internet. Okay, despite having blank excellent reviews. So question number 2, the answer is, okay, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so we see a contrast. I understand the confusion in this, right? Despite, even though they have a lot of excellent reviews, they failed to live up to it. So we are actually referring to it being a good thing, but it became a bad thing, right? So we are looking at the contrast. Hiya, 3, yes, okay, so many reviews, right? And 2 is for uncountable, so we can actually eliminate these 2 because this is countable. Okay, so it's just depending on whether you want it to be a lot of reviews or very few reviews. Okay, so Yaku, yes, that's correct. Question number 3, the lady blank Lisa bumped into yesterday was her childhood friend. Okay, so once again, Another question with a similar structure but different phrasing actually came out. The lady Lisa, right? Noun and noun. So we definitely know that the answer is, okay, you can hear the heavy rain pouring. Okay, it's actually raining in this area. Okay, the raindrops. Actually, raindrop sounds quite nice. Yes, okay, whom is the correct answer? Right, number 2. Okay, the lady whom Lisa bumped into yesterday. Okay, whom. Question number 4. Ken as well as his classmates. Yes, okay, once again we see this. Cancel this distractor. So we are looking at Ken blank once a week for the dance performance since last semester. It's still ongoing. Okay, it's still ongoing. Okay, since last semester, still ongoing. So it's present perfect continuous. Okay, therefore the answer is number what? Okay, let me just wait for some answers for question 4. Okay, question number 4, what is the answer? 3, all of us agree, yes. Okay, because it's singular, that's why we have to use has. Okay, because it's singular, therefore we use has. Okay. Oh, hi Rizzy, thank you for sharing the live. Right, I hope that it helps. It can help you with some of your revision, or just feel free to ask me any questions if you would like to. Okay, question number 5, blank, we leave the house now. We will not be able to reach the airport on time. Okay, so blank, we leave the house now. Question 5. Okay, so if we don't leave the house now, right? So we have to leave the house now. Therefore, the answer is unless, right? Unless we leave the house now, right? We would not be able to reach the airport on time. Okay, question number 6. The guest of honor blank an important speech now. Please stop talking. Okay, now this is ongoing. Okay, ongoing. Question number 6. This is quite straightforward, right? And this is going on in direct speech. Okay, currently ongoing. Okay, this is ongoing. Therefore, the answer is number 3, is giving. Okay, is giving. Yes, okay, number 3 is correct. Yaku and Moonlight. Yes. Okay, question number 7. Taking regular breaks away from your digital devices, blank, important for maintaining healthy eyesight. Okay, blank, important for maintaining healthy eyesight. Okay, so what is your answer? Okay, question 7. The answer is number 1. Very good. All of you are correct. Okay, is important. Right, regular breaks away from your digital devices is important for maintaining healthy eyesight. Okay, so yes, right. So why is it singular? Let me just quick explanation, right? This is one action. Okay, therefore it will be number 1. Right, question 8. Every morning Bala walks to school. Blank he. Again, we are back at a question tag question, right? So he walks to school, positive, therefore this will be negative. Okay, so let's just look for the answer over here. OMG, I remember watching you while studying for PSLE. Hello, KE. Oh my god. What was your username last time? Maybe I would remember you. Okay, so yes, hello. Yes, welcome, welcome. So we are actually doing some PSLE grammar and vocabulary revision. Okay, once again, XNGZ, I believe that's a typo, right? I believe that's a typo. So it's okay, PSLE, yes. Okay, so Yaku, Moonlight, and XNGZ, the answer is doesn't he, right? So question number 8, that is correct, right? Number 4. Okay, doesn't he? Okay, why? Because Bala does walk to school. Okay, he does walk to school. Therefore, we use doesn't he. Okay, so question number 9. You blank get a license before you can drive, the driving instructor told Paul. Okay, before you can drive, right, you blank get a driving license. This is the same as how you have to get a passport before you can travel, right? Therefore, the answer is something that is very firm, very demanding, right? Okay, yes, everyone knows that it's must. You must get a license. Okay, so question 10. The hotel staff apologized blank the inconvenience caused by the unexpected blackout. Okay, apologize blank the inconvenience caused. Okay, apologizing blank something, right? We usually apologize for something. Yes. Okay, admin Royston, XNGZ. Yes, all of you are correct. Okay, apologize for something. Okay, very good. Okay, the answer is 4. Right, so take note of the words that you pair some of the verbs together with, right? Okay, and moving on to grammar clues. Okay, a brand influencer is someone who partners with a brand to advertise their products or services through online content marketing. Brand influencers might review a product, take photographs, or create videos of blank using the product, making unboxing videos or host giveaways for the brand. Okay, question 11. What is the answer? Okay, question 11. Taking videos of themselves, right? So if you can name some of the brand influencers that you know, right? Definitely, we see so many of them if you're on TikTok, right? You definitely would know like at least 1 or 2 brand influencers, like local or non-local, right? Definitely, there are a lot of them. Okay, so question 12. They are a part of marketing strategy. Blank the brand gets introduced to an audience using the power of someone's popularity. Okay, marketing strategy blank the brand gets introduced. Okay, question 12. What is the answer? M. Where the brand. Yes, okay, where the brand gets introduced. Looking at blank to become a brand influencer. Okay, question 13. Looking at blank to become a brand influencer. Yes, okay. So looking at how, right, the process of becoming a brand influencer. So does any of you want to become a brand influencer? Right, maybe you can become a brand influencer for a while, right? You can become a brand influencer for us, right? So you blank not become an influencer overnight, okay? You blank not become an influencer overnight. Okay, Moonlight says P. Right, that's correct. Okay, you will not become an influencer overnight. Building a group of followers takes time, effort, and strategy. Blank, if you have the determination and creativity, it is possible to become one. Okay, so what is the next blank? Question 15. Okay, question 15 is C. However, right? However, because there's a comma. Okay, however. Be sure that your reasons for becoming an influencer blank driven by a desire to share valuable content. Okay, so D. What is D? Is driven. Your reasons. Okay, your reasons is or are. Okay, this is plural. Okay, take note the reasons, right? So it's plural. Okay, hello, Korean penguin. Yes, okay, so take note of this, right? There are some grammar things to look out for. Okay, so the answer is A. Question 17. Your earnings depend on the brands you work with, blank number of followers you have. Right, question 17. Blank number of followers you have. Okay, H. The numbers. Yes, the number of followers you have is correct. Okay, so the number of followers you have, how engaged they are, and the types of projects you take, blank. Okay, and the types of project you take, blank. Okay, question 18. Okay, the projects you take something, right? So you actually take on a project or you take in a project. Is the correct one is actually on, right? So taking on a project is accepting a project and actually accepting the task that you are supposed to do. Yes, so I take on a challenge, I take on a project. So therefore, we are actually looking at this phrasal verb over here, right? Is to accept it and fulfill the task, right? Taking on a challenge from somebody. Okay, I'll take him on, right? Question 19. An influencer is not an influencer blank any followers. Okay, so definitely, right? No, the answer for this is Q. Yes, without any followers, right? You are not an influencer if you do not have much followers. Right? So if you see those big influencers, they have hundreds of thousands to millions of followers, right? Okay, question 20. You must first select an area blank focus on. Okay, an area blank focus on. Yes, okay, an area to focus on. Okay, so you must first select an area to focus on. Choosing the right area of focus like food or gaming can be a strategic decision. Okay, moving on to vocab MCQ and vocab close. Right, practice 39. The customer service officer attended to the blank child who was crying as she could not find her parents in the mall. Okay, so attended to the blank child. Okay, let me zoom in, sorry. Okay, so something child. So it's describing this child that was crying, right? So this child definitely is not exhilarated. Please do not write number 4 as the answer because this means to be extremely happy or thrilled. Okay, so the answer is number 1. That is correct. Okay, distressed child, right? Extremely stressed and panicking, right? Anxious child that couldn't find her parents. Okay, the child is not very concerned because it is more of the people around her that should be concerned. He captivated child who was crying. That is definitely wrong because captivated means that, oh, you got her attention, right? Okay, question 22. Jacob often blank illnesses to avoid exercising. His teacher soon found out and told him to stop pretending to be unwell. Okay, so we are looking at a word that has the meaning of pretend. Okay, pretend or fake. Okay, fake. Okay, malingering. Wow, Yolanda. Once again, another trim word for everyone to learn. Okay, so malingering. What does malingering mean? Okay, it actually means to pretend to be ill. Basically the same meaning as feigning illness, right? Okay, so Yes, thank you, Yolanda, for your input. Okay, so is even more, I think malingering actually covers this phrase in the whole, right? So Jacob often malinger. Okay, question 23. Okay, by the way, please do not write invented illnesses because he did not invent it. Okay, usually people who invent something is creating something that is the first one in the world, right? An idea, an invention. Okay, I believe most of us will know, right? He cannot cause the illness as well, right? He has to pretend, right? Okay, developing the illness, but because he was pretending to be unwell, therefore it's not developing because that will be real. Okay, so question 23. Question 23. Hello, Monsai Philly. Thanks for making learning fun. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, okay, thank you for your comment as well, right? I hope that many people will actually enjoy lessons like this, right? So that we can actually just learn together, and feel free to type your own answers without feeling bad that you got it wrong because everyone makes mistakes, right? And there's no right or wrong technically, right? Because all of us have our own beliefs. Okay, so it's just whether we learn the correct rules and we apply it into our exams next time. Right, so question 23. So stop, blank, and get straight to the point. Okay, this one. This thing over here is a very commonly used phrase. Stop beating around the bush, right? Stop beating around the bush actually means to be like very uneasy and trying to just not get straight to the point. Okay, so avoid addressing something directly. Okay, so avoid addressing something directly. Right, so when you beat around the bush, like maybe let's say when your parents ask you, oh, how did you do for your exams? And then you started talking about the garden and the pond, right? Then you're like avoiding to talk about your exam grades, right? Some of them would say like, oh, how did your day go, right? How much do you get for this examination? Then you would say, oh, my friends actually this happened, that happened, and you actually avoid that topic. Okay, so that's what a lot of students like to say, right? Maybe some of us have actually done it before, right? In fear of wanting to talk about the exact topic directly. Okay, making a long story short is actually essentially just cutting down the story. Okay, long story short, so this happened, a summary. Okay, I would just say this is a summary, long story short. Okay, so sometimes you like to use those abbreviations like TLDR, right? So that is really what long story short actually means. Okay, getting your fingers burnt. Okay, what does getting your fingers burnt mean? Okay, some of us may know, right? Some of us may not. So getting your fingers burned. Okay, maybe we need Yolanda's help. Right, so actually getting your fingers burnt means to get a consequence, right? To face the consequence, to suffer from the consequences. For something you did, right? To face the consequence. Okay, hitting the nail on the head, right? This is a very common thing. When we say that, oh, he hit the nail on the head, it means to be very exact, to hit the bullseye. Right. So this actually means to be accurate, exact, bullseye. To do something right. Moonlight, are you referring to hitting the nail on the head or getting your fingers burnt? Okay, are you referring to 3 or 4? Okay, so number 4, hitting the nail on the head. Okay, so hitting on the nail on the head, doing something right, not necessarily, right? So I would say that it's actually to be exactly on the dot, right? So it's to be exactly right about something, right? So when I say that, let's say that, okay, Moonlight hit the nail on the head when when he answered the question means that it's exactly correct, right? It's just that answer I was looking for. Okay, it's more on accuracy, correct? Okay, so being able to actually correctly get the main point. Okay, so I can try forming a sentence for you where I need let me just think of something real quick. Okay, so to say something precisely right. So yes, you managed to hit the nail on the head when you pointed out the mistake, right? Exactly, to be accurate in finding that tiny detail. Okay, that's the best I can give right now. Okay, without preparation. But I can come back to you next live, right? When if we remember it, okay, we'll talk about it. Right, question 24. Sarah cannot attend the party as she needs to blank her younger siblings while her parents are away on a business trip. Right, so younger siblings, so this means take care of. Right, phrasal verbs again. Okay, so phrasal verbs, this is a very commonly used phrasal verb when we say, oh, I have to look something, right? Look after, yes, okay, look after. Okay, so there are different meanings for each and every phrasal verb, right? Looking for something is actually just searching. Okay, I am looking for my lost eraser. That's what every student will tell me. Right, teacher, I cannot find my lost eraser because the eraser always get missing, right? It's the only stationery that disappears from your pencil case. Oh, thank you, Korean penguin. I apologize, I really cannot read the Korean words in your name, but yes, that is a good sentence. You have hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what I was looking for. Right. So yes. Okay, hello Jovin. Thank you for your follow. Alright. Looking into something is to actually, oh, I will look into this situation, right? Is to investigate. Okay? So I will look into the bullying case, right? So that's how we use look into. Look over. Okay. So look over and overlooking, right? Is there a difference between these two words? Okay, overlook is actually one word. Okay, however, looking over is to inspect something. Okay, with a view. Okay, is to actually monitor. Okay, however, overlook, it means to miss out something. Okay, because you are like, just, I overlooked this mistake, right? I didn't get it. I didn't catch, I didn't spot the tiny mistake that you made. Okay, I overlooked it. Okay, that's how we use it. Okay, so last question of today, right? Question 25. A or an blank broke out between the fans of two soccer teams. Some fans were badly injured during the fight and had to be sent to the hospital. Okay, so this sounds quite familiar. Right, question 25, what is the answer? Okay, so essentially we are looking for a word that represents a fight. Okay, so anyone wants to answer the last question for today? Okay, the last question of today, question 25. Okay, a brawl, yes. Okay, thank you. So a brawl broke out between the fans, right? So essentially a brawl means to be a fight, right? To actually just go against each other, right? It cannot be protest. It's not an election, even though elections are coming up, right? Election means to actually select a leader, right? Okay, let's elect the class president. Okay, select the leader. Okay, by voting usually. Okay, often by voting. Okay, a competition broke out between the fans until they were badly injured. That's impossible because competition are usually guarded by rules and the law. Okay, so protest will be a big group of something against usually against the government, right? So therefore the answer is brawl, right? Brawl, a fight. Okay, hi Yaya Papaya. Wow, the first comment you say in my life is bye bye. Okay. Yes, and that will be all for today's live. And thank you all for joining the live and answering the questions. Right, I'll see you all next week. Okay? So if you have any further questions, just feel free to ask me in my live sessions. Right. And XNGZ, yes, thank you. Okay, bye-bye everyone. Okay, I hope you learned something new today. Yeah, papaya. I've never attend most of your lives. It's okay, right? I hope you do next time. Right? It's alright. Okay, just stay tuned for Teacher Yahweh and Teacher Jia's live later on. Okay, I'll see you all really soon. Bye bye.